Hello friends, I am your instructor here to teach you the subject C programming and data structures. Who is the target audience? This course is intended for the students who are preparing for GATE. As this course is structured specifically to teach you the topics according to the official GATE syllabus. It doesn't mean that this course is not intended for other students. If you are a college goer, then this subject might be a part of your academic session. For you also, there is a lot to come. If you're preparing for campus interviews, then this course helps you to answer the most complicated looking concepts and interviewers' favorite questions that are frequently asked by them. Finally, if you want to take this course for fun's sake, then you're most welcome. You will definitely enjoy the course. Why this course? Apart from that this course is most important in GATE examination, there are a lot of other benefits to avail from this course. As a student of computer science, this course is mandatory for you. Whether you are a college-going student or a self-learner, this thing is something you encounter almost all the time when you're studying the nuances of computer science. Let me tell you one thing. This subject is one of the most important and one of the favorite subjects of recruiters. So you have to thoroughly cover this subject if you're trying to get a job in IT industry. All in all, programming gives you the power to control and command your computer according to your needs. And this itself defines the need of taking this course. Learn to program your computer is challenging and fun. On the other hand, data structures gives you the power to manage data efficiently. Think of a normal Oxford dictionary like this. There are a lot of words exist in English language. Now if words are not properly ordered in alphabetical manner, you will continue to flip the pages. And searching the required meaning of the word will be a tedious task. Therefore, managing data is important, but managing it efficiently is even more important. Last but not the least, you will fall in love with this subject because this subject is dynamic in nature. If you want, you can always play with it. Try some coding on your own and see them live running at your fingertips. Obviously, there is a need of considering theoretical aspects of the subject. But this course is really much of practical aspect, and we encourage you to not only sit down in front of the computer and just listen to our lectures. You must try coding on your own and be a part of this great journey ahead. Now what we will cover in the syllabus. We are going to learn variables in C programming. These are the entities useful to store some values in it. Let me indicate you, this is very important from GATE point of view. We will cover this topic and its subtopics in many subsequent lectures. Then we are going to cover different types of operators in C language, including logical, bitwise, assignment, arithmetic, etc. etc. We'll talk about them in details, might be in 1 or 2 lectures. Then we are going to cover conditionals like if-else, switch, and loops like for, while, do-while, etc. Then we cover functions in C. And then we move to a little trickier topic called recursion. This topic is extremely important and little bit trickier as I already told you, but don't worry. I'll make sure that after completing this course, you almost become a master in writing and understanding recursive programs efficiently. Then we will cover pointers and arrays. I just love this topic and would definitely love to teach you in the simplest way possible. Then finally we move to a topic called structure and union. In data structure section, we are going to cover stacks and their applications, queues and their applications, linked lists and different types of linked lists, trees, binary search trees, binary heaps, and graphs. Note, after completion of programming section completely and thoroughly, we shift our attention to data structures. Now what you can expect from us? We'll cover all the above mentioned topics and all the left outs if any in the least possible time as we can. We value time and we'll try our best to provide you the lectures in no cost. All the lectures are micro lectures of very short duration. They are easy to understand and easy to digest. We will also provide homework assignments to help you cementing your concepts. Now it's up to you how diligently you will follow the curriculum. We will also try to cover some important previous year GATE questions. And finally, if you have any doubts regarding the lectures, you can post the comment in the comment section below and we'll try to answer as many queries as possible. Okay friends, before starting off with the C programming, it might be interesting to look into the history of computing. Long ago, people used to remember the codes in binary format. In today's world, it sounds like a joke, but yes, in that time, there is no concept of programming languages or something like that. They have to write down the codes in machine understandable language, that is zeros and ones. You can imagine how hard it is to remember and write those codes. If it is hard to imagine, let me ask you to write hello in binary. It might look like this. Each of the letter HELLO represent 8 bits in binary, or you can say octets. Okay, so 8 bit combinations will make this binary number. Now we'd like to ask you to write the command for adding numbers in binary. By seeing the level of complexity, you may say, I quit. Yes, even I also quit, because this is very difficult to write. Because of the people like you who feel like quitting, the solution is a language that you can understand and remember well, right? Therefore, assembly language came into picture. For addition of two numbers, you are not required to enter those scary bit patterns. Instead, you will write add A, B. If A and B are the variables, and if you want to add the contents of the variables A and B. Isn't that simple? Okay, everything is fine up till now, but maybe one question that you would like to ask me is that if assembly language is doing well, then why do I require another language like C? To know the reasons of why another language is required, we need to go back again. In 1969, when the Unix operating system was first developed, it was known that the language on which this operating system was developed is assembly language. But the experts encounter some problems which needs to be resolved. One of the major problems is portability, which simply means it really doesn't matter on which machine you are working on, your code can run anywhere you want. As the assembly language is not portable, because it is different for different machines. And it is possible that the code you had written for one computer may not run on the other computer. Due to this reason, Unix operating system code was rewritten in C in 1972, and it is believed that this was the first use of C language ever. C programs are portable, and they are not meant for a particular hardware you are running on. That is why the beauty of C language is it is portable, and due to which the whole Unix operating system code is rewritten. Another reason why C is chosen is that it actually requires less lines of code for the task you want to accomplish as compared to its counterpart. For example, might be you just want to add two numbers, maybe 2 and 3. In assembly, you might have to do something like this. It is just an example, you don't have to think about it much. What I did is nothing but, first I transfer a constant value 2 to some base register BL using move command. And similarly transfer 3 to CL again using move command. And finally I add the contents of BL and CL, which means I am nothing but I'm adding the constants 2 and 3, and I store the result finally to a result variable. Now as you can see, you require 4 lines of code to implement the addition operation. Now this is what a C language code looks like. That's great, just one line of code. Isn't that a replica of some arithmetic expression that you used to write in mathematics? That is the beauty of C language. The idea of the inventor of this language is, which is of course Dennis Ritchie, is to make programming much simpler for both programmers and newbies like us. But let me tell you one thing, that machines are not capable enough, to understand these expressions well. These are human understandable expressions. So this leads to a need of translator that can translate these expressions into the machine understandable codes, and such a translator normally called as a compiler. Now it is also well understood that why compilers came into picture. Okay friends, this is it for now. In the next lecture we are going to cover some more features of C, and also we will evaluate a simple program in C language and try to understand its elements. See you in the next lecture. Bye-bye.